Hello everyone, this is Kinjal Parmar. Today we will discuss simplification of logic function using QMAP. So let's start. Simplification of logic function. A Karnaugh map method is a very useful and convenient tool for simplification of Boolean function as long as the number of variables does not exceed 4. But for case of large number of variables, the visualization and the selection of patterns of adjacent cells in Karnaugh map becomes complicated and too much difficult. So here we have another method, QMAP. The Queen-McCulsey map or say tabulation method is a very useful and convenient tool for simplification of Boolean function for a large number of variables. Queen-McCulsey tabular method is a tabular method based on the concept of prime implicants. Prime implicant is a product or some term which can't be further reduced by combining with any other product or some terms of the given Boolean function. Basically, prime implicant is a term which can't be further reduced. The method reduces a function in standard sum of product form to a set of prime implicants from which as many variables are eliminated as possible. The Queen-McCulsey tabulation method is a specific step-by-step procedure to achieve guaranteed and simplified standard form of expression for a function. Here we have a procedure to follow for Queen-McCulsey tabular method. First, finding all prime implicant of the function. Here, first step or says first procedure, find all prime implicant of the function. Then second, use those prime implicants in a prime implicant chart to find the essential prime implicant of the function. First, find all the prime implicants, then out of all the prime implicants, calculate essential prime implicants, which are the minimal solution. Now let's discuss about how we can find this prime implicant. So calculation of prime implicants. Follow these steps for obtaining prime implicants in QMAP. Step number 1. Arrange the given min terms in an ascending order and make the groups based on the number of ones present in their binary representation. First, make the groups based on the number of ones present in their binary representation. Then step number 2, compare the min terms present in successive groups. If there is a change in only one bit position, then take the pair of those two min terms, place this symbol dash in that bit position and keep the remaining bit as it is. Then step 3, repeat step 2 with newly formed term till we get all prime implicants and mark those combinations which are used. So let's discuss about all these steps with an example. Here we have a function a, b, c, d, 4 variable, summation of 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, 12, 13, 15. Here we have this all are the main term in given function. Now here we have to calculate first prime implicant of this given logical function. So how we can find this? So first step, make a group according to number of ones present in the term which are represented in a function. So here we have a 0. 0 has a binary representation in terms of 4 bit, as here we have a 4 variable. So represent this all mean terms or says this all number into 4-bit binary, because here we have a 4 variable. So 0 is equals to 0, 0, 0, 0. 1 is equals to 0, 0, 0, 1. 2 is equals to 0, 0, 1, 0. 3 is equals to 0, 0, 1, 1. And this is how we have a binary representation of all this number. Now arrange this binary representation of all the numbers and make a list according to number of ones present in that number. So here we have a first list. We have a 4 variable, so it can be written as A, B, C, D. Now here we have to make a group of this term according to number of ones. So in 0 we have a number of ones 0 times. So first group of number of ones 0 times. So here we have a one term 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Then we have a next group in which number of ones 1 time. That means in 1 to 8 we have a number of ones 1 time. For 1 we have a 0, 0, 0, 1. For 2 we have a 0, 0, 1, 0. For 8 we have a 1, 0, 0, 0. So here we have a second group according to number of ones 1 time. Then next group number of ones 2 time. So in 3, 5, 10, 12 we have a number of ones 2 time. Then next group 7 and 13 number of ones 3 time. Then next group number of ones 4 time 15. So this is how we make a list and make a group according to number of ones. Now next task, we have to find terms or says numbers or says binary representations which are differ by 1 bit only. Which are differ by 1 bit only. Here let's take an example. We have a this 0 and 1 over here, 0 and 1 over here. Compare this. So we have a 0, 0, 0. 3 bits are same and only 1 bit difference. So here we have to combine this into one term. How we can combine this? Because this term represent A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash, and this another one represent A dash, B dash, C dash, D. So here in 4 variable, if we have a 3 variable common, so we can take this common variable out and then we have a only here D dash and D. If we make summation over here, here we have a summation. So if we add these two terms A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash and A dash, B dash, C dash, D, and here we have a 3 variable common, so we can take these variables outside. So we have a D dash plus D and D dash plus D is equals to 1. So we have a only 3 variable term A dash, B dash, C dash. That means this 0 and 1 can be simplified into one term if we have a 3-bit common out of 4 bits and only 1 bit difference. Remember, here we combine the terms which are only differ by 1 bit. So this is how we make a group and combine the terms into second list for simplification of logical function. So here we have a second list. We can combine 0 and 1 as there is a difference of 1 bit and this difference place is written as a dash. That means we have a no variable represent if we have a 1 bit difference from this successive group. That means in answer we have a dash, B dash, C dash and this d dash plus d is equals to 1. So here in this term we have a no this d or d dash term. So we have an answer which have represented by a dash, b dash, c dash. So this is how this 0 and 1 can combine into one term. Again we have a next term, successively compare all the groups, or say successively compares all the terms into different groups and says successive group. Okay, says completely here we compare the successive groups. That means compare terms of this and this group, then compare terms of this and this group, then compare terms of this and this group and this and this group. Here we compare successive group term which are differ by one bit only, then we combine this term into one. So this is how we can simplify the logical function. Again, after comparison of one group, if we have a term, then mark underline, then make a comparison for next group, and we have a term, then mark underline. Here this differentiate these terms for next comparison. Okay, here we use this underline for differentiate that for a next comparison. So here we have a terms 0 and 1 can combine over here like 0, 0, 0 dash. Then 0 and 2 can combine over here. So we have a 0, 0 dash 0 because we have a 1 bit difference over that. Then we have a 0, 8 dash 0, 0, 0. So this is how we can compare all the successive groups, all the terms, and write the terms which are differ by 1 bit. And after this mark this used term, that means here 0 and 1 used, that means here this table can be reduced over here and all terms are used. So we have to mark that here 0 and 1 used, then 0 and 2 used, then 0 and 8 used, then 1 and 3 used, 1 and 5 used, 2 and 3 used, 2 and 10 used, 8, 10, then 8, 12 used, 3, 7, 5, 7, 5, 13, 12, 13, then 7, 15, 13, 15. That means all the term of this first list can be reduced into second list. So we have a no term remaining into first list. We have a no term remaining into first list. That means we have a no prime implicants from first list. Then here we have a second list. Now again make a comparison of a successive group. Here we have a successive group over here. So compare this and this terms, compare this and this group of terms, then compare this and this groups, and write terms which are again differ by 1 bit. So here we have to mark that 2 bits must be same, dashed must be matched, and 1 bit difference. So here how we can start our comparison. So first compare by matching a dash. Here for 0, 1 term we have a last term. So here we have a this term which has a last dash. So here 1 bit comparison done. First this dash and dash match. Then here we have to mark bits which are same. So here this and this bits are same. Then here this and these bits are same, and 1 bit different. So we can combine this 0, 1, 2, 3 into one term because we have a 2 bit same, 1 bit difference, and dash match. So here we have a again third list, and this third list have a again reduced literals. So in this term we have a number of variable less. So this is how we can make a third list. according to this successive group comparison, and by matching dash 2 bit same and 1 bit difference, we have this all terms 0 1 2 3 0 2 1 3. Remember, here we have a same pattern for 0 1 2 3 0 2 1 3. Again, whenever we simplified this logical functions by using QMAP method, so we have a always repeated pattern over here if we make a correct group of and by comparing. So here we have a repeated groups for every term. Okay, like 0 1 2 3 result in a 0 0 0 0, then again 0 2 8 10 we have a dash 0 dash 0. For 0 8 to 10, here also we have a dash 0 dash 0. So whenever we solve example with QMAP correctly, we have a repeated term over here. So this is how we can simplify this into third list. Now compare this third list if we have any bit difference, but after third list we have no terms which can be combined further. So here again tick mark used term, here we have a 0 1 2 3. So 0 1 2 3, then 0 2 1 3, then 0 2 8 10, then 0 8 2 10, then 1 3 5 7 1 5 3 7, then 5 7 5 7 13 15, and 5 13 7 15. So here all these terms are covered into third list, but remaining terms are this 8 and 12 and this 12 and 13. This term cannot be reduced into third list. That means this term cannot be further reduced. So this 8, 12 and 12, 13 is a prime implicant, and here these terms are also not reduced further. So these are the term which are prime implicants. So we have to write a function for prime implicants. How we can write this function for a prime implicant? So we have a term a is equals to 0, b is equals to 0. For SOP form, we write this as a dash, b dash. Again we have this term b dash, d dash. Then for this we have a dash, d. For this we have a b, d. Then for this we have a c dash d dash, and here we have a b c dash. So here we have a prime implicants for this logical function a dash b dash plus b dash d dash plus a dash d plus bd plus a c dash d dash plus a b c dash. So this is how we can calculate prime implicants. First make a group according to number of ones, then reduce this into second list by comparing successive groups and identify the terms which are differ by one bit only. Then after repeat this procedure again and do this procedure until we can't reduce term further. So these terms are prime implicants. Now sometimes in exam we have a example like obtain prime implicants for this logical function. So we have to solve this example up to here, but if we have a example like this, solve this logical function using a tabulation method. So we have to first simplify this term. Here we have a prime implicants, but we have to calculate essential prime implicants for simplified solution. So let's discuss about this essential prime implicants. Calculation of essential prime implicants. essential prime implicants which are definitely occur in the final minimal expression. Any row in a prime implicants chart which has at least one min term that is not present in any other row is called the essential row, and corresponding prime implicant is called the essential prime implicants. Once an essential prime implicant has been selected, it is necessary that all the min terms it covers are checked off, and after all the essential prime implicants, their corresponding columns have been checked. The union of all the essential prime implicants yields minimal expression. If this is not the case, then additional prime implicants are necessary. These essential prime implicants are terms which are definitely in final minimal solution. And how we can calculate this essential prime implicants? So by making a prime implicant chart, we have to identify a column which are used only one time. So we can identify that as a essential prime implicant, and for a minimal solution, this essential prime implicant should be cover all the terms given in logical function. But if all the terms are not covered, then we have to add additional prime implicants. So how we can do this? So let's solve a previous example for identification of essential prime implicants. So here we have a logical function and we have a prime implicants. And now for this we can make a prime implicant chart. So this is how we can make a prime implicant chart. Write terms which are present in a logical function column wise, and write this prime implicants with its term into row wise. We have a dash b dash by this 0 1 2 3 term, this b dash d dash by this 0 2 8 10 term, then a dash d by this 1 3 5 7 and so on. Then by writing this row and column wise, mark cross for a given function. Here a dash b dash is due to 0 1 2 3, so mark 0 1 2 3. Then for b dash d dash, mark 0 to 8 10, so 0 to 8 10. Then mark 1 3 5 7, then 5 7 13 15, then 8 and 12, and then 12 and 13. After this marking of cross, examine column wise. Examine column wise, we have to identify the columns which have only one cross. Here 2 time cross, 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 2 time cross. Here we have a 1 time cross, so mark round over here, and we have a 1 time cross. That means this b dash and d dash is essential prime implicants. That means in minimal solution this term must be included. Then 2 time dash, 2 time dash, 1 time dash over here. So this 1 time dash due to BD. So this BD is also essential prime implicant. So in a minimal solution, this BD and B dash, D dash must be there. Now after identifying this essential prime implicants, we have to check all the terms which are included by this essential prime implicants. So here for this b dash d dash, we have a 0 to 8 10. So 0 2 then 8 10, and by this essential prime implicant BD we have a 5 7 13 15. 5 7 13 15. So it is a condition that this essential prime implicant should cover all the main terms, but here this 1 3 and 12 These terms are not covered by this essential prime implicant. So we have to write a expression for this term. Now how we can write function for this term? So for one, this a dash, b dash and a dash d both are covered, and also for three, a dash, b dash and a dash d both are covered. So we can write any of the term in a minimal solution. We can use either a dash, b dash, or we can use a dash d. So by using this a dash, b dash and a dash d, we can identify minimal solution. So we can cover this 1 and 3 by using a dash, b dash, or by using a dash d. And for this other remaining term 12, we can use either a c dash d dash, or we can use a b c dash. So by using any of this term, we have a simplified solution. So we have a additional prime implicants of essential prime implicants, either a dash b dash or a dash d, and a c dash d dash or a b c dash. So here, for a simplified function, we have a two essential prime implicants, b dash, d dash and bd, and all the terms are not covered by this essential prime implicant. So we have to add other term, and for that we can add either a dash, b dash, either a dash, d, and other term a c dash, d dash or a b c dash. So this is how we can simplify this logical expression over here. So here we have a terms which are covered by essential prime implicants and remaining terms. So we have a minimal solution like this. This b dash, d dash plus bd, these are essential prime implicants. So it must be in minimal solution, and this 1, 3 and 12 is not covered by this essential prime implicant. So we have to add terms which are covered by this 1, 3 and 12. So to cover 1 and 3, we can use either a dash, b dash or either a dash d. So here we have a 4 minimal solution, out of which we can write any of the minimal solution, because all are the same in terms of number of literals and number of terms. So this is how we can simplify logical function using QMAP. Thank you.